Pieces of Natrice. Hi guys, how are you today? Yay! Yes, I do look different. This is me on a regular day at work. Yes, I wear spectacles. Yes. Um, Welcome to another episode of Pieces of Natrice. And yes, I kind of know this is not. Let me see. Usually I post maybe like every month. I think maybe I'm a little bit lazy. But I did post a week ago, but something is on my heart and I figured, you know what, I want to talk about it, so let me do. So again, let me just welcome you all. It's nice to see you again. Please remember to share, subscribe, and like my videos, okay? Um, I'm laughing, but what I'm talking about today, really, for a short while, it's just going to be maybe a little bit serious, but I think it is something that needs to be said. So, without further ado, let us get right into the topic of today. Before I start, let me just apologize for any noise you hear going on in the background. Basically, listen, I live in a housing scheme, and if I wait for there to not be noise, I'll never do a video. People are constantly building, constantly drilling. I can't get over it. It is what it is, and I do apologize, and I will try to get a lot of it out of the background when we are in the editing stage. Okay, so I'll be back shortly. Okay, so welcome back. Today I really want to talk a little bit about how we socialize or how we grew up, some of us, learning how to socialize with our peers, with people, just the general public. From time to time, you'll see me look down. I just have a few points that I want to make sure that I touch on before this video is complete. So I'm gonna be honest here. I'm one of those Jamaicans that I really try not to be watching the news every single day, because for me it is quite depressing. That's me personally. It is very much depressing, adding to the stress of life itself. So usually for me, when I listen to the news, it is gunshot there, that there, economy not good, all sort of stuff. So I try not to, but every so often I will hear something that I just cannot ignore. And this story that came up with a 17-year-old that is now in critical condition at the hospital, plus another friend who was also harmed, but that one fortunately was treated and released. And all of this beating and everything took place at a party. And so when I heard it, I didn't hear it fully. So of course I watched the news myself on YouTube here, which is the delayed version because I didn't see it originally. And I also listened to other YouTubers spoke about it. And it's all the same story really. The mother spoke about it, also what she heard took place and all of that. And I don't know. I am I don't know. Sometimes they say here something you shouldn't be surprised because of Jamaica. Let me tell you something. We can still shock ourselves the way we treat each other. You know, I'm not quite sure. Let me be very honest. We big up ourselves. Jamaicans love big up themselves. Jamaicans are the best in the world, and we're the this or that. We do it all the time. We defend ourselves like anything. To Jamaicans, it's as if Jamaicans are the best thing since sliced bread. I beg to differ. I am not going to say that Jamaica is better than anywhere else, because when you look at how we treat our brothers and sisters at times, you really have to wonder. Every day you listen, and we have a tendency nowadays, we're listening to what is going on in America with, their presidents and the BLM movement and all of that. And we think that we are safe because we are amongst each other, and it's not so. Let me tell you something. Do you remember in the earlier days when you were going to school, all day school, primary school, whatever, high school? For those of you who are at my age, can you remember when somebody usually say, if you just say fe, fe, what do you mean? And then you say fe. And when I say fe, fight pop. Big fight pop because of that word, fe. I swear. A lot of you youngsters might not know, but I'm telling you, it is not now that Jamaicans will look at you and just say the least you can think, or they think you don't look at them proper. How much you look for me for? Why am I look for me for? And listen to me now. You can be standing there and your gaze is on somebody, but your mind is far away. You don't even see who you're looking from. And maybe what takes you back to that reality out of the dream that you're in. Sometimes you probably stand up there, they think about all of the problems they go solve it. You probably just come back to earth when you hear somebody say, what she look for me for? Addiction and somebody dig out her eye and I want to go do to her. Yes. And then when you focus, you realize that all of that anger is coming at you. Now guess what? You need to look on them. It is a serious thing in Jamaica, I'm telling you. And I don't know, joke. Anyone I know who is born and grown in Jamaica can testify it's true. So when I heard this story now of how this beating took place, why it took place, I was shocked. Because I've seen situations like that already, where people basically come at you because they say, I look upon them wrong. Yeah. A moment. Like, really? 17? And all if I'm 57, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. And that means that there's something serious. I mean, I'm talking because somehow when time anything go wrong, the first thing what we say, the first thing that come to my brain is or to my mouth is government now this and government now that. I'm sorry. You see, this is one of those times when I am going to not even gonna speak on any government. We're gonna talk about the home. How do you socialize with your children? How do you get them to be confident in themselves? How do you get them to know that when you speak to others that you should love your brothers as you love yourself? Is that being taught anymore in the home, or is it that is it because they have children having children so they themselves don't know? We know that from a longer time when you're going to school. Let me tell you, parents, when children are in school, have other children who bully them, and those children who bully them are usually children who are hurt. Those bullies, most times when you check it out, those are the bullies. They are being abused at home, sexually, emotionally. They are going through stuff, and when they come to school, it is vented out on your child. It is like, Google it, research it, anything. It is usually the case. A bully is normally somebody who has been abused. No, we are not. These are not persons who are in school. They are at a party, at a gathering that the news said it was an illegal gathering, but nevertheless, it was a gathering that normally when it's a party, it's fun time. But you just not like how you look for me and I want nobody this and I want nobody that. Typical Jamaicans. I am going to say Jamaicans because I don't live nowhere else. This is how we live, so yes, I'm going to just say Jamaicans. So all of you who have lived in St. Lucia and Barbados and all of that, and you see it, you can say yes, it is the entire Caribbean. But as for me and myself, I'm going to say typical Jamaicans because here's where we come from. Never live nowhere else. Well, briefly elsewhere, but you know what I mean. So it's like, what do we do as a society then? Because the next side of the coin here, so now we know how we parents are. Somebody did that to my daughter or my son, you know, the next thing will fly out of my mouth. What shall me go do? You just wait and see what will happen. And the family don't come down upon the family at just war. And it's a never-ending cycle. There's no way to resolve conflict. For me, 9-day-old change. I remember one time people, and yes, I'm going to switch between the English and the pattern because we really want to talk about this. I remember one time when, and even now, any news that break out that's not going to hear a grandmother say a 9-day talk. A 9-day talk. And it still happens. You hear something burst out in the news and everybody outraged for a week or two and it done. Silent, we forget and we move on. This is not one of those times, in my opinion, that we need to move on. Because I saw it on Instagram on JCF. JSF did post yesterday, I think, or the day before that. I saw it where they said two persons handed themselves in, two adults, handed themselves in, but apparently it was a total of 6 or what. So we have some more. They haven't heard yet if any more handed themselves in, or how is arrest going to happen. And this needs to be some swift justice that takes place here, because people need to learn. And when you say justice now, we don't want your money. So we know they pay for no bail or anything, and they come out and they walk and eat food. Meanwhile, people picnic in a hospital, it damage people, picnic stab them, box them, all these things. No, we attack swift minutes ago, go our house. Workhouse need to be, you need to go there. All of them. Because it could be me, And if you know, say I could have anyone on the same way, they look toward what God you. I say them here what God here, people say you not to use them and look upon them. Because the space out there, so what God make too. What you can't afford what God make. But you go stand up in a God's space, and may I either go in a God's space. We nothing look upon you. This is rotten, Jamaica rotten. Now we know it's Jamaica rotten a long time. But when you're here now, I want to talk about this now. Women. Anything happen in Jamaica and a man do it. Try the outrage up there. You remember the other day when we were having all of these spate killings when the man them just kill after the woman, the man kill themselves and all these things. And I tell you, when I hear when they anger the man them, me too, anger the man them. But this crime and crime now, women against women violence, this now. Stupidness. All because of the 2 years them and God bless you with. Yeah, can you imagine? I don't know. It's one of the things that it hurts because I know that it could be me. My God. So, yes. Another point that I want to touch on before I go is, let's be honest now. It's when they create everybody, when God was creating his children, it seems as if Jamaicans got a certain amount or a level of badness and nobody else not get. You agree? Let me say that again. Jamaicans seem to get a level of badness and nobody else not get. No other, maybe the Barbadians or the Trinidadians, and then nobody not get it. Because Jamaicans seem to take badness to another level. And at some point they glorify it. Me I tell you that. Because when time something happen at school or wherever, you say, oh, I go for my big brother, I go for this, and when me done with the what? Let me tell you something. We get something different. And they don't know when to shut it off. And because they don't know when to shut it off, when to not use anything like that, this is why this child now is in the hospital. Yes. And it hurt me. Not my child. My child and my one seed is older than this child. I mean, I tell you the truth. If it was my son that this happened to, I'm going to be honest and say I don't know how I would be right now. I think I would be in pieces. When I see you're pitting out there, you're pitting probably that somebody will walk and trouble, nobody like how man stay. I'm quite so till sometimes me have to wonder. I'm just in our own little world. And if somebody would do something to him like that now. And it's like when you try to be good and when you hurt a pitney. Because you're trying to be a better person. And you have to act in the right way and to let the law takes and the law, not the law. The people could have dead. And then you're expected to behave in a manner that is very different from the perpetrators. It's unfair, don't? It's unfair. And it's not something I'm going to even dwell on a lot, the party. I thought it true, me not dwell upon it too much. But I'm just saying that, listen, parents out there, from them little so, start teaching them how to socialize now. How to be confident in themselves. How to not be afraid of eyes. How to not be bullies. Love your children. Because sometimes, them lack love. Or then they run there some crowd and just feasting if you stand out and if you impress everybody because of me or the baddest one. And usually they are cowards, because let me tell you, every single one of those women that did that to those two women, they're all cowards. And I don't think we should forget that they are cowards. They are cowards, cowards, cowards. There's nothing brave or bad about that. The whole lot of them are cowards and deserve to get the full extent of the law. Because if you can't behave within the law, guess what? It's any penalty what the law says, if you get it, go get it. And if they can add more, they need to add it. Yes. Can you imagine? Sometimes you beat up people like that and just outside, inside too, you know, things damage, you know, this child not even start her life good, you know, damage people, picnic. My heart goes out to the parents, and I want to say that it's something, because trust me, if my opinion is that hurting me feeling. I cannot imagine what the parents of this child, the family members of this child is feeling. I can't imagine. I just say to them that very sorry to hear about it. It's not a nice society that we're living in. It is not. And I'm not going to be here pretty it up. It is not. So I don't want to talk about all the great things that people do, because when nice things happen, when you see and win and all that, everybody feel euphoric or whatever, the dirty part of Jamaica still under there. And every so often it comes up and it just taints everything and make everything black. For those of you who are good, continue to be better and live above them, and I'll get drawn down to their level. People in Jamaicans are very, very prejudiced, and I just need you and all of that. I want to touch 1 minute on this. People are very prejudiced. Women are prejudiced against women. I'm telling you. Jamaican women are prejudiced against other women. And you find it everywhere. They use everything for not like you. God make you a certain way and they use that and not like you. They don't like how God designed you. So I'm one of those persons where I don't keep a lot of women friends, and that is the absolute truth. I say hello and I smile to them. I really don't keep a lot for specific reasons. For me, they grow me and have no whole heap of friends. Women are just different. And they will smile with you. And you all know, smile with you and go in a corner and chat you. Yep. So let me not digress too much and just say that I wanted to say this Saturday morning, and just to tell you that my heart is heavy with it. I heard about it and it just rests on me. It just rests. I prayed about it, prayed for the family, and I know that this might be a situation that come out in the news, but it happen all the time. Sometimes the children don't want to tell you. You know that sometimes your son or your daughter come in and they had a bad day at school and they get bullied out, but they not tell you, they not tell you, they suffer in silence. So listen, make sure you have the kind of relationship with your child or children that they are free to tell you everything. Let it be the norm for them to come in and tell you every single thing what happen when they go up on road. That's me and my son. But telling there's nothing that my child can tell me, and it's a boy. I was blessed with a boy. There's absolutely nothing that I want him to feel that he cannot say to me or feel any way bad about it, because there's nothing I'm going to tell me when me go skin up my face off of him. Because as his parent, I am here to help him understand what he might be confused about. And if it's something we need to help him address, I assist him. Develop that with the children. You understand? And people keep the children away from them kind of parties and things, because right now 2020 not going on beautiful, as we all can see. Too much things that happen. Too many things that it seem to touch everybody. I was touched by it. And so let me tell you something. Take it serious. Wrap up your picking them in your arm. I mean, when they're a teenager, they want to go to wrap them up in a love and try to convince them to turn your yard. Too much wicked people out there. Wicked people. And I'm going to end it there. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening to what is on my heart today. I just wanted to discuss that with you all. Please, can I ask you all? You see that button down there, right down there? So subscribe. Please hit that subscribe button for me. Like my video. comment in my video and please share it. Let's all talk about this thing happening in Jamaica. For a long time and I know it happen. We need to make the country better. And just the economic and money can the flow and everybody good. And if you still live with the bad heart and still do this to your brother and sister, then it make no sense. Agreed? Okay. Thank you for watching. And again, remember to thumbs up my video, subscribe, share, watch, and until next time when you join me for another episode of Pieces of Natrice. Bye.